It is now, I guess it's the middle of May. We'll call it the middle of May. And I need to prepare my backyard for bringing my orchids out. I'm a little nervous because we're supposed to be having the cicada apocalypse, but I haven't seen any cicadas, and it is getting very hot in my grow space. Problematically, I had solar panels put on in January, and they cut a trench through my patio. The main problem with this trench is that now there is an electrical box on the side of my garage, and I used to have orchids in front of there, which I would water with a hose, and now I'm thinking that might not be a good idea because I might be shorting out the panels that are on my roof, or my garage roof. I'm also gonna have to do shade a little bit differently because my neighbor's linden tree, as you can see, is not putting out leaves. It's all dead in sections. There's a little bit of it still alive, like over on the side. But unfortunately, it is no longer going to be able to shade the orchids that I used to have in the space on the southern end of my backyard. And so I'm going to have to come up with a new shade strategy as soon as I cut down all the weeds that have sprung in through the cracks. I've organized my racks. They're in different locations compared to last year, and I've brought out my shade cloths. I actually have two. I have a green one that was my first shade cloth, and it's only about, let's say, 8 by 10. And when I acquired too many plants, I got the black shade cloth, which is, I think, like 10 by 20. It's much larger. And so I'm gonna put the smaller one, hopefully, down in the southern end of the yard, or maybe I'll put it in the northern end of the yard, but I'll do half the yard with the green shade cloth, and then I'll cover the rest of the yard with the black shade cloth. My backyard is now set up to take orchids. I've got my shade cloth up. I don't know if it is as stable as the old setup, so I guess we'll find out. It's pretty windy today. Of course, as I say that, the wind stopped blowing. But I'm going to start bringing my orchids out. My weather app says it's going to be in the high 50s overnight at the most for the next 2 weeks. And so maybe it's safe enough to bring some out. And I still haven't seen any cicadas. So, you know, wish me luck. It's Memorial Day, and I've managed to get a few more orchids out. So it's basically 7 days since my last video. I did get my mounts out on Saturday, but I haven't been able to do very much because this was also the weekend that my kid was graduating from high school, and so I spent Sunday doing graduation, well, mostly the weekend doing graduation things. So I am going to try on this holiday to get a few more orchids out. I stayed home yesterday to wait for Sunrun to come and fix my solar. Turns out, I guess I had a breaker tripped, but I don't know why they couldn't have provided online help, so I could have reset the breaker instead of making me wait 3 weeks for someone to come out and do it. But anyways, because I had to stay home, I got about half of my orchids out. There was sadly a whole bunch of breakage. I broke quite a few buds off. Stuff kept falling over as I was carrying it, and I haven't really gotten a chance to go through and fully pick out like all the stuff that's like dead and I need to clear out. But I need to get all my orchids out because I need to go away on a business trip next week. So even though I woke up this morning and it was 48 degrees, I am still going to try to get all my orchids out before I have to go away. I'm leaving tomorrow for Nashville to go teach, and I am almost done bringing everything outside. I still need to get all the plants that are in these trays into ones that drain. I just brought these straight out using the trays that I had inside, so they need to be swapped. And then I still have maybe another, I don't know, 50 plants up in my grow space. This is what it looks like now. I got all my orchids out before I had to leave for my business trip to Nashville, but my daughter has sent me a photo saying that one of my racks did fall over while I was gone, and she had to prop it back up as best she can. It looks like that some tags have been lost, so I'll have to find out how the plants did from their fall once I get home.